If you had the opportunity to save a life, wouldn't you take it? Every single day in the United States, there are avoidable deaths that can be prevented and avoided by simply following responsible drinking outlines and guidelines. As we live our lives and find these simple joys such as drinking and driving, it is important to establish the responsible boundaries that do follow these factors. Drinking and driving causes thousands of deaths in the United States every single year that can be prevented and should be avoided. So my name is Philip Lee Chon, and today I will be informing you about drinking and driving by first discussing what happens when you do drink and drive, second by following up with why people decide to drink and drive, and thirdly and lastly, I would like to cover how we would be able to prevent drinking and driving. So what happens when we are driving under the influence? Americans are constantly creating reckless and dangerous situations by driving under the influence of alcohol. Alcohol consumption may be factors to temporarily reduce coordination, reduce the ability to follow moving and mobile vehicles, as well as causing difficulty in our steering. So this is quoted straight from the direct link from my reference page with the High Court. In fact, the High Court also mentions that in 2018 alone, 231 out of 1,038 fatal car accidents in 2018, including children, had involved a drunk driver. This statistic is staggering, and it is mind-blowing just to understand how many of those car accidents have been influenced through alcohol and driving continuously together. In fact, in the United States, for a daily average of 32 fatal drunk driving car accidents, or one in every 45 minutes occur here every day in the United States. And that statistic is given and provided to us by the National Traffic Highway and Safety Administration. So those are the effects and some statistics that do follow with drinking and driving. These drunk drivers, they find themselves posing a danger and a threat not only to themselves, but to others in their immediate and non-immediate surroundings and communities. In the United States, nearly about one third of traffic fatalities involve drunk drivers, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And in 2019 alone, about 10,700 people died in alcohol-impaired car accidents. This is about 29% of traffic fatalities, according to AAA. So, with all of these factors swarming around our head, it's quite important to understand and pinpoint exactly why many Americans do decide to drink and drive. So, in order to look at this factor of why people do drink and drive, we must understand that there is legal limitations to one's blood alcohol concentration to drive here in the United States. Tragic drinking and driving accidents are completely preventable, however, by not drinking and driving. That's it. This is very simple. Just don't drink and drive. If you end up drinking, it is very, very key to take into consideration of some of these statistics that I have pulled up here today. Even the smallest amount of alcohol can affect one's driving ability. In fact, in 2019, there was about 1,755 people killed in alcohol-related crashes where a driver had a blood alcohol concentration between 0.01 and 0.07. In conclusion, what that actually means is those drivers had a blood alcohol concentration of an estimate roughly about 1 drink to about 4 drinks. With just 1 drink, there was about 1,700 people who ended up losing their lives because of drinking and driving, even in the smallest amounts. So by avoiding drinking and driving, the chances of an unwanted vehicle accident from alcohol can be completely prevented, according to the CDC 2020. With that said, I would love to cover how we can prevent drinking and driving. So designated sober drivers or Uber, taxi, Lyft alternatives can serve as an amazing and reliable alternative from drinking and driving yourself. everyone who does plan to consume any alcohol, or anybody who does plan to go out to drive in an alcohol-related area, should make sure that they are proposing themselves with an alternative method of transportation back home. Sharing and raising public awareness with the factors influencing drinking and driving can also establish the majority to become more responsible and find transportation alternatives back home. So with that said, I would love to tie in all of these factors into my conclusion. So I decided to move forward with a summary of ideas with this specific drinking and driving informative speech. So drinking and driving is an irresponsible decision that creates danger and should be replaced with an alternative method of transportation. Imagine if the United States was able to prevent an estimate of 10,000 lives a year from being extinguished from car-related accidents. With responsible drinking and responsible driving, these tragedies and these 10,000 lives are 100% preventable. Thank you so much and have a great day.